If you try to teach a young learner anatomical vocabulary using a stack of flashcards, you usually end up fighting for their attention. Young children process information best when they are in motion. We are going to harness that energy with a listen and move routine. By the end of this session, you will know how to guide a child through a 16-step physical game that maps out body part vocabulary from head to toe. Before you start, clear a safe space on the floor. You need to stand directly across from the child at eye level so they can clearly mirror your movements. The pacing of your commands will determine whether this works. When you give an instruction, you must pause for exactly 3 seconds before moving to the next. This gap gives the child's brain the necessary time to process the auditory cue and translate it into a motor plan. By requiring a specific physical response for every word, you eliminate the guesswork. The mirroring transforms an abstract sound into a tangible action, creating a physical association for the word. We begin our sequence at the top of the head. Working systematically downward provides a logical, predictable map for the child to follow. Start with the broad features. Instruct the child to touch their head, grab their hair, and then systematically touch their ears, eyes, and nose. This layout demonstrates our core rule for verbs. Notice how the word grab is paired specifically with hair. If you only use the word touch for every single command, a child will start aimlessly pointing at their face. Using distinct verbs forces them to listen closely. Next, bring their attention to the interactive features of the mouth. Have them open their mouth wide, click their teeth together, and stick out their tongue. Do not rush this specific sequence. Children naturally find these facial contortions funny, and letting them enjoy the exaggerated physical play keeps them engaged for the rest of the routine. Because the face has so many overlapping vocabulary words packed into a small area, these highly specific, exaggerated fine motor actions serve as distinct physical anchors for each term. Moving downward from the head, we enter the gross motor phase of the routine, engaging the larger muscle groups of the core and upper body. Establish the central axis of the body first by having them bend their neck, followed by touching their stomach. From that stable core, expand outward. Instruct them to shake their shoulders, then shake their arms, and finally shake their hands. This diagram illustrates a simplified human figure, separating the arm segment in one color and the hand in another. Young learners frequently confuse these two overlapping zones. We solve this by enforcing distinct, sequential shaking motions for the arms and the hands. Isolating these joints forces the child to actively stop one movement and start another. They are physically distinguishing between interconnected body parts, making the distinction between the arm and hand a conscious choice. To complete our physical map, we guide the sequence into the lower body. Call out the final 3 actions. Tell them to wiggle their hips, shake their legs, and touch their feet. Reaching down to the feet while alternating leg shakes requires a high level of spatial awareness and balance for a young child. If they can successfully execute these final foot and leg movements without tipping over, they have demonstrated focus and coordination through the entire sequence. With the instructional scaffolding complete, it is time to evaluate their learning using a high-speed review round. Track our testing metric with 16 checkboxes. Drop action verbs. Call out only nouns. Quickly call the top 8: head, hair, ears, eyes, nose, mouth, teeth, tongue. Finish the sequence: neck, shoulders, stomach, hips, arms, hands, legs, feet. During this speed round, you must stand completely still. Do not perform the actions or offer physical hints. By removing your physical prompts and increasing the speed, this unassisted review strips away visual mimicry. This provides a clear metric of their independent recall. You now have a functional 16-step action game. As the child masters the top-to-bottom sequence, start shuffling the order in future sessions. Jumping from nose to knees ensures they aren't just relying on sequential memory. You can also initiate a role reversal. Let the child stand in the teacher spot and call out the actions for you to follow, testing their ability to articulate the words clearly. Linking motor functions to auditory cues engages multiple pathways in the brain, creating more opportunities for the child to store and retrieve each word. The child is performing each word rather than just repeating it. By utilizing embodied learning, you've strengthened the connection between the auditory cue and the child's own physical awareness.